So, Woody Valley GTO LIGHT. This is a light pod. It fits in the market above your hike and fly racing pods, which are super light, and below your competition pod racing harnesses, which is big, reinforced heavy things. This is a kind of around about 3 kilogram class. You're looking at the Delight 3, the Lightness 2, and the GTO LIGHT in that category. Straight away, I can see with this Woody Valley, they've got a beautiful line they've created with the rigid back protection, rigid foam, nice deep foam back protector, continuing to your packing area, continuing to your aerodynamic fin at the back. Now that makes it fairly unique in this class, that it's got a proper aerodynamic fin at the back. I think these do make a difference. The idea is it stops the air, low pressure, creating rotor behind your back and creating turbulence, which drags, and that cleans up your airflow behind you. This is great. It fits beautifully behind you, it doesn't flutter, so it's cleaning up the airflow nicely. It's got a little scoop on either side, and that works very well. It's also made of fairly durable fabric. So here and on the pod, you'll notice that the fabric is not super lightweight, and it's a very good fabric choice. If you zip open here, you get a massive back area. Hello! There's lots of room in there. This is more space than the Access 4. That's fantastic. Really great. Thank you. Somebody's finally made enough space for people that go and do Volbiv adventuring. So you can fit in your backpack in here. I found my Calibri backpack's only coming up to there, so it's tall and deep. You've got space for your hiking poles, bag for putting your water bag in, or the water tube can run out there, and lots of room, and it's very easy to access this. So absolute top marks for that space. I don't think it needs to be bigger. It's fantastic at having it that big, and it's very nicely designed. That's the only area that I can see super light fabric, but that's fine. That's the internal part of this fin. Zip that closed. At the top here, you got your reserve attachment points with enough space for putting a little mail-on through if you've got steerable reserves, and really nice. It's big, it's easy to work with, so it's really nice setting up things in this harness. You've got your reserve here with your pins keeping this area closed, and a little keeper just to stop it getting knocked off. You'll notice the zipper on the side here. Another very good design feature. You can take the pod off if you want to. So if this gets damaged, you can replace it. Little radio pocket here. You've got some side pockets here. These are really good for gliding and putting your hands in. Naughty, naughty. But because they don't have zips on them, I'm a bit wary of putting anything valuable inside them. I would have liked those to have little zips. Been very easy to do that. The pod itself is made of very durable fabric here at the front, and you've got a triangular balance point for this foot plate, which you can adjust with these buckles, which are locked off, but you can do this adjustment quite easily, and I would recommend setting it up at home so that you get all the adjustments just right before locking them in. So I can't remember what harness I'm flying in. Not really. Yeah, we're above Cape, and it's a pretty cool day actually. I wasn't expecting to get so much height so easily, and yeah, this is a comfortable position. I've got it set up. I'm a bit small. I'm at 1.74 meters. This is a medium. It's too big for me really. I should be in a small. I'm adjusting for that, but I've got most of the straps done up pretty tight. Pod's nice and tight and clean. Your seat area You're sitting on high density foam, a nice big block of high density foam. So you do feel like you've got some contact with the wing. It's not as much contact as you'd have with a seat plate. But if that bothers you, I think you could actually slip a seat plate in there very easily. Just a flat sheet of carbon fiber with rounded edges. You'd be able to create your own seat plate if you wanted to. A little bit more roll that I would want. It's very stable in pitch. That way is really good. And stable in yaw, particularly on speed bar. Okay, this air is starting to get more and more grumpy as the wind speed increases. I think it's turning slightly to the west as well, so it's getting trashy air off the trees. It's getting forced up here. But hey, it's all fun. It's good to work the active flying skills. Of course, you can tighten up your chest strap and reduce some of that movement, but I like to have my sort of 42 centimeters between carabiners. But it gave me a good feeling. I felt very comfortable in the air, and particularly on speed bar, stiffens up a bit in yaw, and it feels very balanced, very comfortable. So all the features that I'm seeing in this harness, really love. Everything's positive, everything else is perfect. The one thing where it's just let down a bit is this floppy instrument panel. This should be rigid, that should be rigid, and the cockpit should be about there. So you can build that up with a block of foam and some Velcro. It's sitting a little bit too low for my liking, in that it's below the chest strap and you've got buckles on the face of your instruments. So I'm trying this little piece of Velcro to raise my instrument pod up a little bit. See, that to me is a much better position. I'll try and show you if I get a chance to move the camera. Okay, I think we've got a gap. You can probably see what I'm talking about. I've raised the instrument pod up a little bit, just with a little bit of foam. Puts it in a better position where it's above the chest strap. Okay, if you've got a very minimal instrument set like me, a phone and a hyper, you can get away with just using the small instrument pad at the bottom, and that's nicely positioned. That's kind of clear of your chest strap. It works fine. So it depends what your instrument setup is like, what you've got. The back area here it's got some support in it, and it's got some high density foam again and some shaping, so it really feels like it holds you nicely in the air and it hugs you, the harness hugs you. I felt the harness was very good in yaw stability, very good that way, very good in pitch stability, quite a bit of roll freedom. The roll freedom makes it a little bit more suitable to experienced cross-country pilots rather than beginners, because it is quite a bit of movement. I like it a lot. It just looks fantastic. It's so clean when you're flying. You get this feeling of being in a very sleek pod with a very nice aerodynamic fin at the back. This air is pretty grumpy. It's aerodynamic. I think you've got your performance, you've got durable fabrics, you've got comfort, and you've got fantastic space for doing any kind of Volbiv adventuring. It's got lots of adjustment, The choice of materials is really good, very durable mix, nicely finished off, and very good protection underneath. And it's a really good choice for regular cross-country pilots who are looking for a light, compact, sleek harness. Cool, I hope you enjoyed being up in my aerial office. Thanks for joining me for this review. And a big thank you to our patrons who've helped us a lot by supporting us. It means a lot to us, and it means that we can do a lot more of this and really get into what the gliders are about and what the harnesses are about. So thanks guys, very cool. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.